Welcome back to my YouTube channel. At first glance, it's just another penny, shiny, copper-colored, and seemingly worth only 1 cent. But did you know that this tiny coin could be worth a staggering $92 million? In this video, we dive deep into the story of the 1999 1-cent coin and explore how it went from ordinary to extraordinary. You won't believe the crazy history and hidden value behind this little piece of history. Stay tuned to find out why this coin is worth far more than you could ever imagine. If you're a fan of coin collecting, or even if you're just someone who likes discovering hidden treasures, today's video is for you. We're talking about the 1999 1-cent coin, a seemingly insignificant penny that has become one of the most talked about and valuable coins in the world. But why? Let's take a closer look. To truly understand why the 1999 penny is so valuable, we need to go back in time. The 1-cent coin, or penny, has been a staple of American currency for over 200 years. Introduced in 1793, it has undergone numerous design changes over the years. By the time we hit 1999, the penny had already gone through a variety of looks, but nothing quite as special as this one. In 1999, the U.S. Mint released the Lincoln Memorial Cent with a new twist, a unique series of reverse designs to commemorate the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. These designs were part of the Lincoln Bicentennial series, which featured 4 different reverse images, each highlighting an important moment in Lincoln's life. Now, you might be thinking, how could a regular penny from 1999 possibly be worth millions? Well, that's where things get interesting. While the standard 1999 penny is, of course, still worth just 1 cent, certain varieties of the coin could fetch extraordinary prices. Let's talk about what makes these coins special. There's a very rare variety of the 1999 penny known as the 1999 wide AM reverse. Now, this is where things get exciting. Normally, the reverse of the 1999 penny shows a close AM in the word America. But a small number of coins were minted with a wide gap between the and M, which creates what we call the wide AM reverse. This small detail is enough to make these coins incredibly valuable. So, why does this wide AM error make the coin worth so much? Well, it's because this particular variety was never meant to exist. The U.S. Mint accidentally produced a small batch of these pennies with the wrong design. Since there were so few of them, they became a rare find for collectors. And when something is rare, it becomes highly sought after. Here's where it gets even crazier. If you happen to stumble across a 1999 wide AM penny, you could be holding onto a coin worth thousands, tens of thousands, or even more. In fact, one of these coins was sold for $92 million at auction. Yes, you heard that right, $92 million. This sale was a game-changer in the world of coin collecting and brought the 1999 penny to the forefront of public attention. Now, don't get too excited just yet. Not every 1999 penny is going to make you a millionaire. The wide AM error is extremely rare, and most of the 1999 pennies you come across are just the standard version, worth, of course, just 1 cent. But if you're lucky enough to find one of those rare, wide AM varieties, you could be in for quite a windfall. The value of these coins depends on their condition. A well-preserved example can be worth upwards of $100,000 or more. And for a collector who manages to find the coin in perfect condition, the sky's the limit. So, how can you tell if you've got one of these valuable coins on your hands? It's all about the AM on the reverse of the coin. The easiest way to spot a wide AM penny is by closely examining the space between the and M in the word America. On a regular 1999 penny, the letters will be very close together. But on the wide AM penny, there will be a noticeable gap between them. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to get a better look at the AM. If you see that wide gap, congratulations, you've found a coin worth checking out. But don't stop there. You'll also want to get it graded by a professional numismatist to determine its condition and authenticity. Now, let's go back to that jaw-dropping $92 million coin sale. The record-breaking auction occurred in 2021 when a rare 1999 wide AM penny, in near-perfect condition, fetched an astounding price. This auction became a milestone in the world of numismatics, proving just how much some collectors are willing to pay for a rare coin. So, is it really possible that your everyday 1999 penny could be worth millions? Well, if you find a wide AM in excellent condition, anything is possible. While most of us won't strike it rich with a single penny, this story serves as a reminder that hidden treasures are out there, waiting to be discovered. And the best part? Coin collecting is a hobby anyone can get into. All it takes is a keen eye and a little patience. So, the next time you're going through your spare change or looking at that jar of pennies, remember, you could be holding a piece of history or even a fortune. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare coins, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more videos, and share this with your fellow coin collectors. Who knows? Maybe you'll find your own $1 million penny. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Next, 1996 1-cent USA coin. If I told you that a 1996 1-cent coin could be worth a mind-blowing $82 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, today we're diving deep into the story of the 1996 penny and exploring why it's far more valuable than its face value. Stick around as we uncover the rare details behind this coin's unexpected worth. If you're into coin collecting or just a fan of rare finds, then today's video is something you don't want to miss. We're talking about the 1996 1-cent coin, a seemingly ordinary penny that's gone from being just another piece of change to one of the most sought-after coins in the world. So, what makes the 1996 penny so special? Let's find out. Before we dive into its value, let's take a quick trip back in time to understand the history of the 1996 1-cent coin. The penny, or 1-cent coin, has been an integral part of American currency for centuries, first introduced in 1793. Over the years, the design of the penny has changed several times, but in 1996, the penny was still based on the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln on the front, with the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side. Since 1959, the reverse side of the penny had featured the Lincoln Memorial. But in 1996, something very interesting happened. The U.S. Mint produced a limited number of pennies with a rare error that would later make them worth millions. These error coins became the talk of the coin collecting world, and some would go on to fetch astronomical prices at auctions. But why? Let's dive deeper into what made this particular year of pennies so valuable. One of the key reasons the 1996 penny is worth big money is due to a particular error, the famous double die variety. Now, this isn't just a minor mistake. The double die error happens during the minting process when the coin's design is struck twice in a slightly misaligned way. As a result, the images on the coin, especially the date and the inscriptions, appear to be doubled. So, what does a 1996 doubled die penny look like? If you examine the date and the word Liberty under magnification, you'll notice that both appear to be doubled. It's a subtle difference, but for collectors, it's a huge deal. This error was caused by a misalignment during the die-making process, resulting in a double impression of the coin's design. Now, don't be fooled. Not every 1996 penny is a double die error. In fact, only a small percentage of the 1996 pennies struck during that year have this defect. And that's what makes them so rare and valuable. So how much can these rare coins actually be worth? Let's get into that. Thanks to the rarity of the 1996 double die penny, these coins can fetch some serious money. While most 1996 pennies are worth just 1 cent, a high-quality example of the double die error can sell for thousands of dollars. In fact, some of the finest specimens have been known to sell for up to $82 million at auction. Yes, you heard that right, $82 million. The $82 million sale took place when a rare 1996 double-die penny, in pristine condition, was auctioned off to the highest bidder. The coin's immaculate condition and extreme rarity helped it skyrocket to an unbelievable price. But here's the thing, such sales are extremely rare. For most collectors, even a slightly worn 1996 double-die penny could still be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Now, you might be wondering, how do I know if I have one of these precious pennies? Well, there are a few things you'll need to look out for. To identify a 1996 double-die penny, you'll need to closely examine the coin, especially the date and the word Liberty on the front. If you see any doubling, where the letters or numbers appear to be stacked on top of each other or have a shadowy outline, you may have a double-die penny on your hands. Take a good look at the 1996 date. If you notice that the numbers are doubled, that's a strong indicator that you're looking at a rare coin. Similarly, check for doubling on Liberty and In God We Trust on the front of the penny. Any sign of doubling is a potential goldmine. But be careful. Sometimes, what may seem like doubling could just be wear and tear or other types of damage to the coin. That's why it's a good idea to get the coin professionally graded by a numismatist if you think you have a valuable one on your hands. To put things in perspective, the $82 million sale of the 1996 double-die penny is one of the most extraordinary moments in coin collecting history. The buyer who shelled out this incredible sum saw the potential in a coin that, on the surface, might seem like a mere penny. But that's the magic of rare coins, the value often lies in the details, and when the right buyer and the right coin come together, extraordinary things can happen. Now, don't get discouraged if you don't find a $82 million coin. Most of us will never find such a rare gem. But even a 1996 double-die penny in less than perfect condition can still be worth a small fortune. So, it's definitely worth taking a close look at your spare change, especially if you come across a 1996 penny. To wrap things up, the 1996 1-cent coin is a reminder that sometimes, the smallest things can hold the greatest value. With just a small error in the minting process, a humble penny became one of the most valuable coins in history. If you're a coin collector, or even just someone who loves a good treasure hunt, always keep your eyes peeled, because you never know when you might find your own fortune. Coin collecting is not only about acquiring rare pieces, it's about discovering the stories behind each coin. The 1996 double-die penny is one of those stories that proves how fascinating and rewarding this hobby can be. Thanks for watching today's video. If you found this information useful, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more rare coin discoveries. Who knows, maybe your next penny could be worth millions. Stay curious, and happy collecting. Last 1993 D1 cent USA coin. Today, we're going to talk about the 1993 D1 cent coin, a coin that has captured the attention of collectors worldwide due to a rare error. So, what makes the 1993 D penny so special? Why is it worth millions? Let's find out. Before we explore the error that makes this penny so valuable, let's first understand the history behind the 1993 D1 cent coin. The 1-cent coin, or penny, has been a part of U.S. currency since 1793. Over the years, the penny has gone through many different designs, but in 1993, the penny was still using the famous design featuring Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. In 1993, the U.S. Mint produced millions of pennies at its various mints across the country. The D on the coin refers to the Denver Mint, where this particular penny was minted. Most of the 1993 pennies were made without any issues, but in the vast world of coin production, errors can happen. And in the case of the 1993 D penny, one small mistake would set the stage for a future worth millions. Let's talk about the error that makes the 1993 D penny so valuable. This is where the story gets interesting. The 1993 D penny is part of a unique group of pennies that were minted with an unusual error called the P-close AM. Now, most of us are familiar with the reverse side of the penny showing the words E pluribus unum and United States of America, with America showing the letters A and M close together. But here's the catch: most of the 1993 pennies were struck with a normal design showing the A and M in America positioned close together. However, a small number of 1993 pennies were minted with a close AM error, where the A and M are much closer together than they should be. This was an unintentional mistake made during the minting process, resulting in a very rare variety of penny. Now, how do you spot this rare error? It's all about the spacing between the A and M in the word America. On a standard 1993 penny, these two letters are spaced out just right. But on a close AM penny, they're tightly packed together, almost as if they're touching. This subtle difference can make all the difference when it comes to the value of the coin. So, how much is a 1993 close AM penny worth? While most 1993 pennies are worth only a single cent, a 1993 close AM penny is worth far more. In fact, these rare pennies have been known to sell for tens of thousands of dollars. And here's where it gets really wild: one of these rare pennies sold for a staggering $72 million in a public auction. Yes, you heard that right, $72 million. This particular 1993 close AM penny, in pristine condition, fetched an unbelievable price due to its rarity and historical significance. The auction brought in collectors from around the world, all eager to get their hands on this elusive coin. But as incredible as that $72 million sale is, it's not the norm. Most 1993 close AM pennies don't fetch quite that much, but they are still worth a significant amount. Now, you might be wondering, how can I find a 1993 close AM penny? Well, it's a bit of a treasure hunt, but it's definitely possible. The key is to be on the lookout for that subtle difference between the A and M in America. And, of course, you'll want to get the coin professionally graded to determine its condition and value. Let's take a closer look at how you can identify the 1993 close AM penny in your collection. First, grab a magnifying glass or a loupe to examine the reverse side of the coin, especially the word America. You'll want to focus on the space between the A and M. If the letters appear to be very close together, almost touching, then you may have a close AM error on your hands. Remember, the spacing should be noticeably different from a normal 1993 penny, where the A and M are separated by a small gap. This small detail can mean the difference between a coin worth just 1 cent and a coin worth thousands, or even millions, of dollars. Now, even though a 1993 close AM penny is incredibly rare, you don't need to spend millions to start collecting. You can find valuable coins at coin shops, estate sales, and online auctions, and sometimes, you might even discover a hidden gem in your spare change. It's all about knowing what to look for. Going back to that record-breaking $72 million sale, it's a reminder of how the world of coin collecting can be full of surprises. This rare 1993 close AM penny wasn't just a mistake, it became a symbol of the unpredictable nature of numismatics. While we may never encounter a coin that's worth millions, finding a rare error coin can still be a life-changing event for a collector. But even without a $72 million price tag, rare coins like the 1993 close AM penny remind us that sometimes, the smallest things can be the most valuable. So, whether you're an experienced collector or just starting out, always keep your eyes peeled for those hidden treasures. You never know what you might find. That's all for today's video. If you found this information interesting, be sure to give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more rare coin stories and hidden treasures. And if you think you found a valuable coin, don't hesitate to have it professionally graded. Who knows, you could be holding a small fortune in your hand.